Now, this is a really dangerous move for our sector. You might have heard us talking about penalty rates lately, and you might have wondered, well, what does that actually mean for me? So what's going on is that some of the big bosses in the finance sector are being represented by a shadowy organisation that's made an application to the Fair Work Commission, our industrial umpire, to try and vary our award. And this award sets out the bare minimum paying conditions in the finance sector. So things like how much you get paid, how much leave you get, whether you get consultation when things change. These entitlements are all contained in our award. Now, what's going on is that some of the businesses in the finance sector have decided to get another company to make an application to the Commission to reduce the entitlements in our award. Now, what they're trying to do is they're trying to introduce something called an exemption rate. Now, what's an exemption rate? An exemption rate is a technical word for basically saying that they can pay you an extra amount of money and that compensates you for all of the additional loadings and penalties you might normally get. So instead of getting things like meal allowance, overtime, penalty rates, instead you would get a little bit more money and that compensates you no matter how much you work. And that might mean that you have to work 50 hours a week with no additional compensation. We know that people in the finance sector are already working massive amounts of unpaid overtime. People are already having trouble with their right to disconnect. What this would mean is it would legitimise the steps that are being taken by the employers in our sector already to reduce our pay and reduce our entitlements and have us working lots of additional hours with no additional compensation. That's why we need to fight this application to vary our award. It sounds technical, but what it actually means is paying you less money for doing more work and making that legal. And that's why we need to fight it.
Authorised by Julia Angressano, Finance Sector Union of Australia, Melbourne.